Dear viewers, welcome to our channel GVS Bank Academy. Today I am going to discuss about JIB accounts. These questions are very useful for revision, last minute revision, and I am going to discuss practical questions, 15 questions about accountancy. Now, cost of machinery 8 lakhs, rate of depreciation is 12%, 20%. Under written down value method, what is the book value of the machine at the end of fourth year? At the end of the fourth year, what is the book value of the machinery? Rate of depreciation at 20%. Now, depreciation for the first year, 8 lakhs into 20%, 1,60,000. Second year depreciation, 6,40,000 into 20, 1,28,000. Third year depreciation, 5,12,000 into 20, 1,02,400. And depreciation for the fourth year, 409,600 into 20, 81,920. So this is the depreciation for first year, second year, third year and fourth year on written down value or diminishing balances method. Now this is the depreciation for first, second, third, fourth year, and total is 8 lakhs minus depreciation first year, second year, third year and fourth year. We can deduct the book value of the machine at the end of fourth year is, after providing fourth year depreciation, 3,27,680 rupees. So this is the depreciation we are calculating on written down value or diminishing value method. This is the way of calculation. Cost of the machine is 8 lakhs. Life of the machine is 5 years. Amount of depreciation for the third year as under sum of years digit method. That is 1,60,000. How you can? Now, what is sum of years digit is equal 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 15. That is 15. Now, third year depreciation 5, 4, 3. Third year means 3. So, 8 lakhs into 3 divided by 15, that is 1,60,000 is the depreciation for the third year. Third year, this is the sum of years digit method depreciation. Cost of the machine 8 lakhs. Third question. Rate of depreciation is 20%. Under straight line method, every year same 20% straight away every year. Now, what is the book value at the end of the fourth year? So, after providing of depreciation for the fourth year, what is the book value of the machine? That is there. Depreciation for year under straight line method 1,60,000. Every year is same. Straight line method means 1,60,000 into 4, 6,40,000 for 4 years depreciation. Purchase cost is 8 lakhs minus 6,40,000. So book value at the end of the fourth year is 1,60,000. Answer is 1,60,000. This is about third method. So first method we have discussed written down. Second method written down well. Sum of is. Third one is straight line method. All the methods we have discussed in all three questions. Sales 60 lakhs. Average debtors 10 lakhs. Average debtors means opening debtors balance plus closing debtors balance divided by 2, that is average debtors 10 lakhs. Sales 60 lakhs, average debtor 10 lakhs. Calculate the debtor turnover ratio. Debtors turnover ratio. Total sales divided by 60. We are presuming that these are credit sales. Normally debtor turnover ratio related to credit sales. In this example, we are presuming that these 60 lakh sales are credit sales. 60 lakhs divided by 10, so 6 times. Debtors turnover, debtors movement is 6 times in a year. In a year, debtors are moving 6 times in a year. And what is the debtors collection period in months? In months. In a year, 12 months divided by 6 times, then debtors collection period in months is 2 months. 2 months. Or in days, debtors collection period in days is equal to, we are taking on a presumption 360 days in a year divided by 6, 60 days. So the debtors movement turnover is 6 times. That is one step. Second step, how much the company is giving collection period. What is the collection period in months? 2 months. After credit sales, the company is recovering within 2 months from the debtors or within 60 days from it is. Higher the turnover ratio means higher is the sales, brisk sales, higher the sales. Debtors collection period is always lesser. Higher the debtor turnover ratio means lower is the collection period. Opposite. Higher the turnover ratio leads to lower collection period. Both are very important for the business management. Higher debtor turnover ratio is important for sales, and debtors collection period is also lesser side is best. This is fourth question. Macaulay duration of a bond is 3 years. Macaulay duration of a bond is 3 years and the yield rate is 12%. Macaulay duration is 3 years, yield is 12%. What is the modified duration of the bond? That is 2.67 years. How it is? Modified duration is equal to Macaulay duration, that is 2. Macaulay duration is equal to modified duration is equal to Macaulay duration, that is 3 years divided by 1 plus r. 1 plus r means 1.12. 3 by 1.12, 2.67 years. Once again, Macaulay duration is 3 years, yield is 12%. Calculate modified duration of the bond, that is 2.67 years. How it will come? Modified duration is equal to Macaulay duration, that is 3 years, divided by 1 plus r. 1 plus r means 1.12. 1 plus 0.12, 1.12. 3 by 1.12, 3 divided by 1.12, 2.67 years. This is about duration of the bond, Macaulay duration and modified duration. Zero coupon bond, maturity is 7 years. What is the duration? 7 years. Because zero coupon bond means issued at discount to the face value. On maturity, they are paying the face value. In between, from the date of investment to date of maturity, no interest payment during that period. That's why the duration of the zero coupon bond is its maturity only. It's a maturity period. That is there. Now, question number 7. Face value of the bond is 10,000. Face value of the bond 10,000. Coupon payment on the bond is 12%. 12%. Maturity period is 3 years. Maturity of the bond is 3 years. Present market discounting rate is 10%. 10%. Calculate the present value of the bond. Calculate the present value of the bond, that is 10,493.20. Presently, the bond is fetching coupon is 12%, but in the market rate is 10%. Maturity period is 3 years. Calculate the present value of the bond. Answer. Coupon every year 10,000 into 12%. Every year you are getting coupon of 1,200. 10,000 into 12, 1,200. Second year also 1,200. Third year 10,000 plus 1,200. 10,000 plus 1,200. 11,200 you will get along with coupon plus maturity payment. Now at the rate of 10%, discounting factor for the first year is 1 by 1 divided by 1.10 is equal to 0.909. Press is equal to again 0.826. Again press is equal to 0.751. So first year discounting factor is 0.909. Second year discounting factor 0.826. Third year discounting factor 0.751. 1,200 into 0.909. This is 1090.80 paisa. 1,200 into 0.826, 991.20, and 11,200 into third year discount factor 0.751, 8411.20. Now what they are asking, present value, you have to add it. Present value of the bond is equal to, or you can call it as intrinsic value, or present value of the bond is equal to 10,493.20. 10,493.20. Now why the bond is present value is more than face value, more than 10,000? Because the bond is fetching a coupon of 12%. If you are investing presently, the bond will fetch only 10%. That's why the bond is quoting at premium in the market. At premium in the market. That is the reason the bond is quoting premium than face value. This is the reason. Very important. They are asking in the examination also same type of question. In the spot market, $1 is equal to rupees 74.22 in our domestic Mumbai market example. $1 is equal to 74.22. This is the direct quote. In India, we are following direct quote. $1 is equal to 74. In the international market, $1 is equal to 0.85 euro. $1 is purchasing 0.85 euros. So here euro is costlier than dollar. That is the meaning. Now, if we want to convert the cross rate through, if you want to purchase euro through US dollar, how many rupees you have to pay for purchase of 1 euro? That is equal to cost of 1 euro is equal 74.22 divided by 0.85. 74.22 divided by 0.85 because dollar is cheaper than euro. 0.85 is equal to, for purchase of 1 euro, you have to pay through dollar cross currency 87.31 rupees. For purchase of 1 euro through common currency of dollar, you have to pay 87.31 rupees for each euro. That is there. This question also, this is called cross currency rate, cross rate or cross currency rate. Question number 9, arbitrage. Arbitrage means buy low, sell high. Where the commodity or currency is buying available low, the banker or the broker will purchase and immediately they will sell where it is quoting high. Without holding the position, immediately they will sell and they are taking risk-free profits because they are buying and selling immediately because of price differentiation in between two markets, and they are not holding in their books. Without holding, only for profit motive, that to risk-free profits they are doing, where buy low and sell high, that is called arbitrage, only for profit. Now, $1 spot rate is 74.2200. $1 is equal to in the spot market 74.2200. 2 months forward rate is at a discount. It is cheaper. Forward rate is cheaper than spot rate. How much is cheaper? 0.1200 it is cheaper. So dollar is quoting in the forward market cheaper. So what is the 2 months forward rate is for the dollar is equal? Now 74.22 minus the discount you have to minus 0.1200. Then 2 months forward rate is 74.1000. So when the currency is at a discount in the future market, that amount you have to deduct from the spot. That is same simple we have done. Spot $1 is equal to 0.85 euro. The interest rate differential between the two currencies is 4%. Forward period is 90 days. Calculate forward points. This question also they are asking. $1 is equal to 0.85 euro. Interest rate differential is 4%. Forward period is 90 days. Now, what is the formula? Spot 0.85 into 4% interest rate differential into 90 days divided by in a year. On presumption basis, we are taking 360. The forward points is 0.0085. Again, until 0.85 spot into 4% interest rate differential into 90 days forward period divided by 360 days in a year on presumption basis. Forward rate points are 0.0085. So almost each model one question we have discussed about the forex. Question number 12, IRR, internal rate of return, is the discounted cash flow technique. It is the superior best method in the project evaluation, investment evaluation. IRR, internal rate of return, is more than cost of capital. Project can be taken up, project can be invested. Project can be invested, or we can take investmentation or advanceation also. IRR is equal to where net present value is 0. That is also one point. Internal rate of return is equal to where net present value is 0. That is also. Now question number 13. Under net present value. This is also one of the best discounted cash flow technique evaluation method. Net present value. A project will be accepted for investment. Under net present value, projects can be accepted if net present value is positive. Now, how we are going to calculate net present value? By using the discounting rate, we are converting the future cash inflows from the project into today's present value. From that total present value minus initial investment, you will get the net present value. Net present value is equal to total of present value from the project minus initial investment. If that net present value is positive, we can take up you can take a positive decision, we can invest, we can advance the loans also. If it is negative, we cannot go for investment or advances also. So IRR, internal rate of return, net present value, both are the superior methods of project evaluation techniques. It is also called discounted cash flow techniques. These methods are recognizing the time value of money. Now question number 14, cash flows from the project. Cash inflows from the project. Now they had invested in some project. Cash inflows, the project is generating 10,000 rupees for each year for 3. 10,000 rupees each for 3 years. So first year 10,000, second year 10,000, third year 10,000. The project is generating inflows at the rate of 12% discounting rate. Here discounting rate is 12%. Calculate the total present value of the cash inflows of the project for all the 3 years. For all the 3 years, this is there. Now, answer is 24,010 rupees. How it is? How it is, you will calculate. Now, discounting factor for the first year, 1 by 1.12 is equal to 0.892. Again, press is 1 by 1.12. Press one time is equal to 0.892. Press second time, you will get 797. Press third time, you will get 712. So discounting factor for the first year 0.892, second year 797, third year 712. Now inflow for the first year 10,000, second year also 10,000, third year also 10,000. 10,000 into 0.892, present value 8920. 10,000 we are getting at the end of first year. What is the present value of today? 8920. Second year end we are getting 10,000. What is the present value of today? 7970. Third year we are getting 10,000. At the end of third year 10,000. Present value is 7120. Total present value of inflows is equal 8920 plus 7970 plus 7120 71. Total present value of these 10,000 is 24,010 rupees. 24,010 rupees. That is the answer. Discounting at the rate of discounting. This is in this manner you have to calculate. This is the future value after 1 year. This is the present value. This is the future value at the end of second year. This is the present value. This is the future value at the end of third year. This is the present value. Total of present value of is equal to, you can club 24,010. Simply, this is also 1/14th model. Very, very important for this exams. Now, working capital limits. Drawing power calculation. Cash credit sanction limit is 20 lakhs. Cash credit sanction limit is 20 lakhs. Margin is 25%. Stipulated margin as per sanction 25%. Value of stocks as per stock statement 34 lakhs. Sundry creditors outstanding is 10 lakhs. Sundry creditors means purchase of goods under credit. Purchase of raw material under credit means payment was not made 10 lakhs. Calculate drawing power, that is 18 lakhs. How 18 lakhs? Paid stocks is equal to value of stock 34 lakhs minus sundry creditors. Unpaid. This is sundry creditors means unpaid stock. Now we are calculating paid stock. Total stock 34 lakhs minus unpaid stock 10 lakhs. Paid stock is 24 lakhs. So sundry creditors means purchased the goods on credit, purchased the raw material on credit. So at the time of calculation of page tax, sundry creditors you have to deduct from value of stock. That is same step we have done. Margin 25%. 24 lakhs into 25%. Margin is 6 lakhs. Margin is 6 lakhs. Total paid stocks 24 lakhs. Less margin 6 lakhs. Drawing power is 18 lakhs. 24 minus 6, 18 lakhs. Drawing power. Sanction limit is 20 lakhs. Drawing power is 18 lakhs. So as per the stock statement, branch can allow maximum withdrawal as per the stock statement 18 lakhs only. Even though the sanction limit is 20 lakhs. Available DP as per the details of the stock statement 18 lakhs. So this is the calculation of drawing power. So this in this manner they are also asking. This question is also important for principle and practice of banking also. Principle and practice of banking also. Thank you very much viewers for extending support to our YouTube channel.